Okay.
But he was just calling me 10 minutes prior. I didn't know that he was in the house and talking to her and her mom about cooking and cleaning.
A few moments later.
You know what I don't like? It just feels as though like Arionne is trying to bully us to stop talking about her. Even though what she did was outrageous. It doesn't really seem like she has any remorse. And I feel like, it's of course not our job we can't look in her heart to see if she has remorse or not. But it's giving me the vibes where like it's getting too hot to eat in the kitchen. So now you're trying to run and try to get us off of you or stop the public from coming at you, because we all know that mental health and things like that are a big discussion, they're a big topic nowadays. So of course, we as the public, you're trying to make us out to be the bad guy, because as the public, we don't want to seem like we bullying this girl. At the same time, I just wish that she would take a little responsibility for her actions. But nevertheless, we gonna talk about it.
Synquette, man, the girl was heaven sent. Synquette, man, the girl was heaven sent.
This is such a you made your bed now lay in it moment for Coleslaw. I just feel as though she cannot blame the show talking about her as a reason to deflect off her own behavior. I heard about the things that Arionne, aka Coleslaw, said about the show is affecting her mental health and she is contemplating self-harm. Y'all know what I mean. So with that being said, I do feel for her in that regard. I feel like nothing is worth your mental health or your mental peace. So I get it. But at the same time, she has to humble herself and realize what she did was wrong. When we all watched her on Tasha K, I got the vibe that she didn't want to take no accountability. I guess I can't really get over the fact that she knew Martell was married from the very beginning.
How long between the time that you met, that's finally taking that next step, did you find out he was married?
I found out he was married within those 9 months, but our conversation kept me there.
So it's not like Martell manipulated her mind and tried to make it seem like he wasn't married and that he was single when he really wasn't. It's the fact that she knew what it was from the beginning to me that it's hard for me to really sympathize with her. But nevertheless, I will, because at the same time, I'm thinking about everything that she experienced, everything that she may have went through to make her think that this is okay. My thing is, Arionne, you had like a lot of bravado when you were on the Tasha K show, and I just feel like, what was that about? Were you just like faking? What is it? Pump faking? Was that it? I think that's what the word is called. Were you just doing that just to do it because you were saying it with your chest a lot? So we didn't see any remorse or whatever. We didn't know that you were feeling a type of way. You was on some, I got your man and you can't do anything about it. Like, that's the vibe that we got as viewers watching the show. So, it is sad that it's making her feel a certain type of way. But at the same time, I'm realizing she always got to give like a backhanded compliment. Talking about the show don't need to talk about her and to focus on the other people on the show and the other stars of the show. Honestly, sis, that's really what be going on. Like, she's barely noticed or mentioned. The show is very interesting without her or without that piece. So it's almost like she's taking an inch and making it a mile, because sometimes I do forget about her being on the show or her likeness or anything like that being mentioned, because everybody else got something else to talk about, even between Mel and Martell. Like, let's X out the Coleslaw. We still would like to see how they co-parent. We still like to see their parents, their mom and stuff like that. We still like to see how they do in business. Sis, like, I really don't get why she feels though that she's really being talked about like that. When it comes up, it gets discussed because it's a part of their lives, but it's not the only thing about their lives. So I guess you just don't want no type of heat, no flashback, no kickback at all. But at the same time, it is what it is. To me, I guess I always go back to one-upping another woman. That's how come I felt like I couldn't. No, I'm not going to say I didn't feel bad for Danny Lay, but I felt that song, nice red bones is what he liked. Light skin is whatever she was saying. That was a dig. Not that she was proud of her light skin, but you're just trying to make another woman feel another type of way and putting a man on a pedestal as if he's a prize. And y'all know my book, He Is Not the Prize, You Are. That's not how it goes. I notice that every time a woman tries to one up another woman and like throw it in the face when it comes to like a man choosing them or a man wanting them, it always blows up in their face. Like, sis, if you have to do that, I mean, it's not really for you, because he wouldn't even be having you in a situation where you would have to compete for his affection. Like, you know, he will want you to be his one and only. He will annihilate the competition. He will rise you above, you know what I mean? Like, by his faithfulness, by not double dipping, not by cheating on you, not by lying to you, things like that. You know, so he will put you on a pedestal by his actions being faithful towards you. So the fact that he even had a wife and was still messing with you, that should tell you something. I thought, like, okay, that's why I didn't really like what Carlos was asking either. I mean, I'm glad he asked it, but at the same time, deep down inside, me personally, I know Martell does not love her. I don't care how many times he goes back or was going back to her. That means nothing. Now, I will understand. I would think that he loved her if he was like, dang, I don't want to be with nobody else but you, and just, you know, did the right thing and divorced Melody cold, you know, like nice, clear cut and nice and clean cut. But the fact that he didn't let me know, he really didn't love coleslaw, because guys be leaving and being with their mistresses all the time, every day be. So the fact that he didn't do it with her just told me that he was just playing around with her, you know? It was, no offense, but to me, I was getting the vibe that was low-hanging fruit. Okay, yeah, I'll throw her a couple dollars, some shoes, a purse, a car, whatever. It's really nothing, you know? Because it is really nothing when you think about it, because it's material things that can be bought. But the flex is his heart. The flex is him doing right by you. That's where that should be the real wealth. That should be what you really should be counting up the cost of, is how much he's willing to sacrifice for you, or sacrifice his options, you being the only one in his life. That's what you need to measure a man by. Not if he's sitting up there tricking off on you as a side piece and he got a main chick or a main wife. That's not cool. So for me, I just hope that we all can get along and be sisters, and let this be an example to us all, women and men alike, that when you are like being, it's like a couple of things I feel like I could say. When you are being selfish, when you don't heal, when you think that it's something outside of you that will make you feel better about yourself, it is not going to give you the result you want. So in this case, it was like, you know, Martell stepping out, trying to get full off some coleslaw. But for other people, some people gamble to get full. Some people get in debt by dressing and this and that to be full. Everything outside themselves. But you know what I got to say? When you get back into the face of God and he satisfies you, you don't got to do the most. You won't go bankrupt. How about that? You know, when you get in the face of God, he will fill you up in all those areas that you are depleted. And when I say when you get back into the face of God, for me, that's getting back into my word, listening to the word of God. It is not a big old boring book like they will make you believe. Like, remember, like, you know, when you were a kid, just felt like the Bible was a big book of rules. Not true. It is God's love for you. But, oh my gosh, God, you want to do that for me? You want to fight my enemies for me? What? If I trust you? Oh my gosh. Okay, this is what's going to happen. So, you know what I mean? And that's what I feel like happens. A lot of times we were taught wrong, or it was presented to us in the wrong way. But no, the word is, you know, there to comfort you and also correct you. I'm not going to like say that, because a lot of things I learned about myself that weren't right by reading the Bible. But now I'm a better person for it. I'm actually able to exemplify the love of God, which, you know, I wasn't doing before. Y'all know I got a mean side to me, or at least that's what, you know, my family be saying. But, you know, I ain't working on that. Less and less. I realize I don't have to fight my battles. If I hold my peace, let the Lord fight my battles. Victory shall be mine. Yeah, so, you know, I gotta keep that in mind. Let me know what y'all think about this coleslaw situation and the things that she's talking about, how she feels as though she can't move on because of the show, using her likeness, and now the talks of her and self-harm, because a little bit, I think that she felt as though people will maybe side with her more, especially in our climate, because it's that climate where it's like hoes be winning, you know what I mean? And like the side chick kind of gets treated almost like the wife. So I think in a way she probably thought that her behavior would be okay and that Martell would get most of the backlash. If anything, she probably thought she was going to receive a little backlash, but not like this. But yeah, I really do hope she does learn the lesson, because I just always feel like she's gonna one day, I would want her to want more for herself than just being a side, you know? And really, I realize it's not the guys, but it's I. It don't be the guys that are dogs or this or that. It's really you. Once you work on you and knowing that you are worthy and that you're worth a lot, you will attract better, you know? And I think that's what needs to be done, you know, because I will empathize her when it comes to that. Empathize with her when it comes to that. That she didn't feel like she was enough to have her own man. You know, I got to put in that clip where Portia was just like, I don't want a guy to be bisexual or heterosexual, but Portia sexual. I feel that, you know, it was like a weird way to saying I want the guy to be all about me. I get it. The guy should be all about you.
I wouldn't be comfortable with my man being bisexual or heterosexual, nothing. You need to be all about Portia sexual if you with me.
So, in the meantime, that's just what I wanted to talk about. That's what I want to say. Let me know what y'all think, and I will talk to you guys again soon. And thank you again for stopping by, listening to this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video, and I will be back for more. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye.